Celina, what was your takeaway after interviewing these athletes?
I was surprised by that part of the story, honestly. Um, Football is not an easy sport to play. Every football player ends their career with the after effects of injuries and the arthritis, the immobility, the escalating problems that occurs after you have an injury. This is something I'm very familiar with myself. But what I took away from that was that whereas I thought Tennessee was no better or no worse than any of these big major programs, during that 5-year era when Butch Jones was the coach, apparently that was not the case. Because what we're looking at with that is we have a head football coach interfering in the medical protocols and using medical treatment as a way to bully and intimidate his players. And when you talk to a kid, and I can say kid because my children are older than both Marlon Lane or Michael McDaniel, you're looking at young men whose lives have been so negatively and traumatically impacted by entrusting their playing careers to Butch Jones. And when you hear a 20-year-old young man sit there and say, what I want for myself is a coach who can teach me how to be a man on the field and off the field, it kind of hits you in the gut. It's a gut punch you weren't expecting. Because what that tells me is any coach who is unwilling or incapable of doing that doesn't have the right to teach any young man how to be a man, either playing or in his personal life. Because a real man doesn't act like a punk, doesn't keep these kids from getting medical treatment, doesn't treat the athletes under his care as disposable commodities. And unfortunately at UT that's what happened. Do I think that's no longer the case? Absolutely. With Coach Pruitt and Coach Fulmer as the athletic director, I think it's obvious that they want to do things the right way. I have every confidence that UT will meet its responsibilities to its future athletes. And as a result of that, it makes the impact of the revolution that much more significant. Because without the fans stepping up and saying, this is unacceptable to us, we wouldn't be in the position where I could sit here right now and say, I think that Coach Fulmer and Coach Pruitt are invested in doing things the right way, and I'm confident about Tennessee football taking care of its players.